Welcome back to the beautiful Florida Keys, a paradise of over 1,000 tropical islands, crystal clear water, white sandy beaches, fancy cocktail drinks, an office on the beach, and our world famous sunsets. And of course, there are lots of creepy, crawly things to know about living here in the Keys. It is not all paradise. So stay tuned for this episode, and we're going to go over a few things on the creepy, crawly side of living in the Florida Keys that your real estate agent should tell you, but not might, about living here in the lower Florida Keys. Let's start with these cute little fellows. Iguanas, they are everywhere. And yes, they are an invasive species down here, and there's quite an extensive program to eradicate them from the Keys. These guys will eat everything plant-based, including all of your flowers. They are amazing swimmers. This particular guy is getting away from our dogs in the backyard. And as cool and as at home as they look, again, they are invasive species and they do a lot of damage to the local environment down here. And then, yes, let's jump back to these. No-see-ums and mosquitoes are everywhere. Be prepared to deal with mosquitoes and no-see-ums. Those little tiny little biting bugs that you can't see, they are everywhere. Out on the sandbars, even in town in Key West. And then, of course, there's these lovely creatures that everybody knows. They are also everywhere here in the Florida Keys. Your lovely cockroaches. Around our house, we use this EcoSmart Home Pest Control combined with Cedarside. It's a lawn spray, and it does an amazing job of getting rid of the no-see-ums and mosquitoes and keeping the cockroaches away from the house. Since we started using this, we really haven't had any problems. And of course, pretty much everybody in their car door handle, you are going to find bug spray, again, because no matter where you go, you're going to find them. And then one thing I didn't know about before we moved down here were how prominent rats are in the Florida Keys. And of course, it is a wet, moist environment with lots of food for these guys, but I didn't realize it was a problem until a next door neighbor came over, asked for a ride to work because the rats had eaten the wiring inside his car engine. And I said, what? He goes, you haven't, and then he asked, you haven't had a problem with them? And I said, not that I know of. So of course, as soon as I got home, opened the truck hood, and sure enough, they had eaten all of the insulation away from the car battery. And I had found some nesting materials. Fortunately, hadn't done any damage to the wiring. And now we use a rodent repellent spray inside all of our car engines, and reapply it a few times every month. Haven't had a problem since we started using that, but obviously the damage was close to being done before I knew that. And then there's the big thing, termites. Termites are everywhere here in the Florida Keys. And if you're thinking about moving down here, be prepared to add the cost of termites to your home ownership. And every few years, your home's going to look like a circus big top. There's no way around it, and it can be an expensive bill. And last but not least, and this is going to be a full episode, is what to look for when you're choosing a home on a canal, because there are some homes that are or canals that are very prone to getting clogged with seaweed and other debris, just by nature of what direction the wind blows and which direction those canals face. But these can choke out your canal and kill everything inside, and it just leaves a smelly mess. But the truth is, all the problems don't outweigh the wonderful time we have living here and the great things you can do on the beaches, which is visiting our sandbars and being out fishing. So please like, subscribe, and stay tuned for our next episode.